Keiji Mutoh and Masahiro Chono. Two legends who defined an era of Japanese pro wrestling. But to understand why they became the greatest tag team, we must go back to where it all began. The late 1980s. New Japan Pro Wrestling was facing a major crisis. Top stars, led by Riki Choshu, had suddenly left the company in a mass exodus to fight in rival promotion, All Japan Pro Wrestling. NJPW was losing its roster, and developing young wrestlers into new marquee stars became an urgent necessity. The company needed new heroes. Enter three young lions who joined the NJPW dojo together in 1984. Keiji Mutoh, Masahiro Chono, and Shinya Hashimoto. To push these promising rookies, the company named them the Tuken Sanjushi, or the Three Musketeers of Fighting Spirit. This iconic name was a combination of NJPW founder Antonio Inoki's signature catchphrase, Tukan, Fighting Spirit, and Alexandre Dumas' famous novel, The Three Musketeers. Though they had completely different wrestling styles, they shared a strong bond as dojo classmates. They shared a mutual goal: to surpass the older generation of legends like Inoki, Seiji Sakaguchi, Tatsumi Fujinami, and Riki Choshu. On July 2, 1988, while on an overseas excursion in Puerto Rico, Mutoh, Chono, and Hashimoto officially formed the unit. Their true test came shortly after. On July 29, 1988, the Three Musketeers made their triumphant return to Japan at the Ariake Coliseum. It was the main event. Under the pouring rain in the open-air arena, the three young warriors made their entrance to the song The Final Countdown to face the veteran team of Tatsumi Fujinami, Kengo Kimura, and Shiro Koshinaka. Despite the harsh conditions, the young trio overwhelmed their veteran opponents with their sheer power and fighting spirit. Though the match ended in a disqualification win for Fujinami, the Three Musketeers had successfully won the fans' support. It was a massive success, loudly declaring a changing of the guard in Japanese pro wrestling. This was the beginning of an era. The Three Musketeers would go on to become the undisputed faces of NJPW in the 1990s. But within this legendary trio, an even deeper synergy was brewing between two men. Mutoh, the unpredictable genius, and Chono, the sensible tactician whom Mutoh once described as the most common-sense person of the group. In Chapter 2, we dive into how these two distinct personalities evolved from young musketeers into the ultimate tag team. Keiji Mutoh is known as a wrestling genius in Japan, but when he crossed the Pacific, he unleashed a demon that would change American professional wrestling forever. The Great Muta. Produced by manager Gary Hart and billed as the son of the Great Kabuki, Muta made his debut in the United States in April 1989. With his terrifying face paint, unpredictable ninja movements, and the deadly poison mist, Muta quickly became one of the greatest and most popular heels in America. He engaged in legendary feuds with icons like Sting and Ric Flair, and at the 1989 Halloween Havoc, he even fought in a Thunderdome cage match against them with Bruno Sammartino as the special referee. But the true terror of Great Muta reached its peak when he aligned with his eternal partner, Masahiro Chono. During the global nWo phenomenon from 1997 to 2000, Muta and Chono formed a deadly alliance, traveling back and forth between WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Chono's cold, calculated charisma combined perfectly with Muta's violent madness, proving they were the best tag team on a global scale. Muta's influence in the US was so massive that he remained a top-tier name, even without ever wrestling a single match in WWE until his retirement. Even WWE megastar Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is a massive fan, once proudly boasting to other wrestlers that the Great Muta had personally called him on the phone. When Muta briefly returned to WCW in 2000, he was swarmed by the press at the airport, welcomed back as the most terrifying heel in wrestling history. The final chapter of Muta's legendary career was a testament to his international legacy. In September 2022, he shocked the world by making a surprise appearance in AEW to save his greatest rival, Sting. In return, Sting came to Japan in January 2023 for the Great Muta's retirement match at the Yokohama Arena. Shortly after saying goodbye to the ring, Muta was immortalized where he belongs, inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2023. The Great Muta was not just an alter ego. Alongside Masahiro Chono, he was one half of a tag team that dominated both sides of the Pacific. He is, and always will be, a global icon of professional wrestling. If Keiji Mutoh was the light, Masahiro Chono chose to be the shadow. After winning his third G1 climax in 1994, Chono shocked the wrestling world by officially turning heel. He changed his entrance theme and donned his now iconic black gear, marking the beginning of a new, darker era. The true awakening came in 1996. After joining Hulk Hogan's nWo in WCW, Chono brought the concept back home to form nWo Japan. As the supreme leader, his producing skills were absolutely unparalleled. He masterfully recruited top stars, including Muto's alter ego, the Great Muta, alongside other Japanese and foreign wrestlers. Chono orchestrated a massive movement that arguably surpassed the fervor of the original nWo. The nWo t-shirt sold in massive quantities, becoming a cultural phenomenon that transcended wrestling. His sheer genius in producing this era-defining faction earned him the MVP at the Tokyo Sports Pro Wrestling Awards. Chono didn't just play a villain, he produced an entire revolution. October 1984. Two young men debuted on the exact same day, Masahiro Chono and Keiji Mutoh. They were comrades, best friends, and ultimately, each other's greatest rivals. Fast forward to August 1991. The stage was set at Ryogoku Kokugikan for the final of the very first G1 climax. It remains the only time in G1 history that two wrestlers in their 20s faced off in the final. At that time, veterans like Tatsumi Fujinami and Riki Choshu stood at the very top of New Japan Pro Wrestling. However, this single match changed the entire landscape and the status of Japanese professional wrestling forever. During the climax of the match, Muto went for his signature moonsault press, but Chono intercepted it with his knees and delivered a devastating powerbomb to secure the 3 count. What happened next was truly exceptional. Chono had entered the tournament as a dark horse. Yet, as he claimed victory, the arena erupted into an unprecedented Chono call, accompanied by a massive storm of flying zabuton cushions. This extraordinary roar of the crowd for the dark horse proved that a new era had arrived. Chono's dramatic victory catapulted the G1 climax into explosive popularity, instantly establishing its brand. It laid the monumental foundation for New Japan Pro Wrestling's golden age in the 1990s. February 21st, 2023, Tokyo Dome. After his official retirement match, Keiji Mutoh lay on the canvas, staring at the vast ceiling. But his legendary journey was not over. I haven't turned to ashes just yet. There is one last thing I absolutely must do. Chono, fight me! Chono, come on! An unprecedented challenge to his greatest ally and ultimate rival. Chono, dressed in black, removes his headset, takes his cane, and steps into the ring. With Tiger Hattori as the referee and Yoshinari Tsuji on commentary, it was a perfect recreation of the 1991 G1 Climax Final. Time slipped back. Who is your favorite member of the Three Musketeers? Mutoh, Chono, or Hashimoto? Tell us why in the comments.